Hi guys, it's Negla. I'm here with my new video for the month of July 2018. This video is going to be for twin flames and divine partners, and then really anyone who is on an ascension journey and really wants to improve the quality of their lives and really understand the energies that are ongoing right now on this planet. I wanted to start my video first by thanking everyone who has liked, shared, and really commented on my last videos. Really something that I really appreciate from you. So I really wanted to thank you. Also wanted to thank all my new subscribers and welcome you to my channel. Also, everybody who's new on my Facebook group page, I really love having everyone, and it's amazing that I get to share, my work with you and get to really get to know all your beautiful souls. Um, this video, actually, this is my second attempt to do my video. A few days ago, I came, because I'm outdoors now, and I try to be outdoors when the weather is really nice in Massachusetts. So it was very challenging the first time that I came. I think the energy was really, really strong, and it drained my battery really um, a lot. So I lost my video. But other than that, I got some really great information about the energies coming for July, and it was really interesting when I first started to do my video. I was looking up in the sky and there's a hawk like really circling on top of my head, which really is a sign from my ancestors and from my spirit guides that they're really there. And I hope I'll be able to incorporate that video somewhere, maybe at the end of this one, so you can actually see what I was going through. With butterflies, there was so much going on, and I definitely connect with spirits like that, animal spirits and nature spirits, because that's the shaman in me. Um, from my last videos of June, and actually even before, we've been going through some intense energies. Like, it's been really hard for a lot of people, and it's been really tough because these energies are really pushing people to their limits and pushing us towards these very tight corners where we have to make a stance with where we are in our journey and what we are actually making a choice to have with us to continue our journey ahead, because we are getting into eclipse season. And actually what I've been feeling also with these energies is that we are getting ready for the energies of the Lionsgate portal, which is going to be opening up at the end of July, and it's going to probably last till I feel maybe the third week of August. So it's going to be about a month long. It's going to be intensified at some points, and it's not going to be the same way that you think it's going to be intensified, because the energy that I feel from the Lionsgate has been really intense now. And I want to focus this video on the first 2 weeks of July, because we are going to need to understand what is really that we're going into when it comes to the end of July and what's happening with the Lionsgate. I'm sure I'm going to be doing more about it later on, because I like to do things as I get guided more and more towards them. But this video is going to be focusing on the energies of the first 2 weeks of July. Please don't mind any noise because I'm outdoors, and I'm still living in an urban society. So just bear with me as I'm outdoors here. I'm not going to be using cars this time because it's a little windy, but also I don't feel guided that I need to use the car. So I'm going to be channeling direct what I feel from the guides about the first 2 weeks, because I feel what's coming is that we need to kind of be prepared for what the shift that is happening, the awakening that's going to be happening, and there's going to be some mass events. I posted something a few days ago on my Facebook group page, and there'll be information, of course, about everything that I'm mentioning in the details of the video. But the theme for the month of July is going to be massive transformations and actions at the same time. So it's coming with a lot of strength, a lot of movement forward for many of us. As you guys recall in my last videos, and what the energy has been coming with the month of June, actually from the month of May, and of course before it, but we've been kind of getting closer and closer and closer to this whole idea of that massive shift that we're going through, because I feel that the Lionsgate energy portal itself is going to be a culmination of multiple changes that have been happening. So if you think about it, from the beginning of the year till the month of August, this is like 8 months of actions going on, one month building on top of the other. So don't think that, you know, the Lionsgate energy is coming and you're not really prepared for it. Each one of us is working with a specific timeline, working with specific themes that are really geared towards what our souls really want to be reaching. So each one of us is actually prepared for Lionsgate, and you know, whatever you have been going through is to really prepare you for that surge of energy that's going to happen during Lionsgate. So just to give you a little hint what the Lionsgate energy portal is, it is the idea of the portal is a time where there's a full concentration of energy. This is energy coming from galactic energy, sun energy. Lionsgate especially is connected to Sirius energy. It is connected to the Great Pyramids of Giza in Egypt, because this is where the energy is going to concentrate through the energy of the pyramid to open up you know, more of you know, the pyramids are like the throat chakra of the earth. So the energy portal is is going to be going a lot through the pyramid, and is going to dissipate throughout major sites around Earth. It's going to literally be connected to the grid lines of Earth. It's going to be connected to all the sacred sites, and there'll be more to come about that. But just to give you a little hint about the idea of a portal, you know, that we're going to be feeling. And one thing that the guys really wanted me to mention to you is that we tend to sometimes maybe get a little bit dramatic about the idea of energy coming, awakening, portals, all these different themes that we are going through. If you don't feel that there are major changes happening in your life, just understand this is your timeline. A major portal happening now doesn't mean that in the future we're not going to get more opportunities from the earth, from the galactic energies, and from the universal energy to support us with what we need at the time. So these are things that are continuing themes. At times the concentration of the energy is geared towards a specific theme, or is geared towards a specific way of moving things ahead, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to get a second chance. So don't really feel left out if you don't really fully feel the energies coming. You probably are going to be getting downloads, and you're definitely going to be getting changes coming specifically for you at the time, that is according to your own timeline, and of course your divine union's timeline. We're all on our own individual timelines. No one is better than the other, but we really are here to tackle specific templates and specific themes that we are working on to heal within ourselves and within you know, our volunteer mission towards planet Earth. So the month of July. So what is happening with the month of July? So we're getting, in the next couple of weeks, we're getting a new moon that's going to happen on July 12th. And there's going to be also a partial solar eclipse. So we're getting into eclipse season. And the main thing that I got actually is about, and I didn't even think about it that way, but the guide said that between the time the 12th of July to the 15th of July, this is going to be massive changes, massive accomplishments, massive chapters are going to literally reach specific crossroads. Some people are going to get endings, like abrupt endings, as I've been going through with the energies of June. This whole idea about the tower energy, the earthquakes of energy coming in to really shake things apart when it comes to relationships, karmic connections, jobs, partnerships, even the whole world is going to be feeling this massive action. So for me, what I'm seeing is going to be some massive energies coming in with that new moon. And even with the whole idea of the eclipses, of course, these are great ways that the energy is going to be pushing us towards specific knowledge, specific action, specific wisdoms coming forward. So let me just tap into the guides and see what they really want to explain to us about the next couple of weeks. So I'm just going to be channeling directly, so I'm going to have to connect with them right now. So let me see if they want me to talk about masculine first or both. So they want me to talk about the masculine energies. Again, the masculine energy is not a gender specific, and it's not also about just a person that you're dealing with, your twin flame or your divine union partner, but also it's about the masculine energies within all of us. So they're saying that the masculine energy is going to go through a surge of um, a surge of action and a surge of energy, even with the retrograde motion of the planets in June. As I said, with Mars being retrograde at the end of June, it meant that our actions are going to be guided by our intuition. So actions that we wanted to take or could have taken due to our egos are really going to subside. So they're really going to step to the background. They're not going to be something that's going to move us. Only the actions that we're meant to take right now based on our intuition and our soul's guidance and our higher self is what's actually going to be happening. Um, there's going to be a tremendous shift with the masculine energies in general. So that shift is going to be related to, well, they're saying sexual energy, so that's something that we definitely need on planet Earth, because this is a major template that is going to be healed right now. And the divine feminine energy is also going through it, but it's more subtle for the divine feminine energies. But our masculine energies are going to be focusing a lot more on healing templates relating to the way we see our sexuality, the way we see our intimacy with another, the way the patriarchal society has been um, forcing this intimate and sacred energy into something that is fully on the ego side. So they're saying that those who are in specific divine unions, twin flame masculine energies, the ones who carry the masculine energy, again, it's not a gender specific, so it's not just men. It could be a woman carrying or embodying the divine masculine energy. um, there are going to be more and more of them stepping out of that notion of the patriarchy, which has been pushing people towards the idea of quantity and not really the quality. If you guys remember from, I believe, the last reading in June, I talked about that many are going through specific like sacral chakra clearing, and I know I taught a little bit of the root chakra as well, but the sacral chakra I mentioned it specifically in June, and a lot of many of the masculine, divine masculine energies are going to be working on this theme of sexuality, what it really means for them, because many of them are going to start clearing themselves out, clearing their ancestral lines, clearing their intentions to make a choice to be in the energy of sacred sexuality, which is really the connection to this intimate side of our humanity. Because this is a this is our part of our instincts, but we are also going to be learning how to use this kind of energy, or this sacred, and really it's a God-given energy. This is an energy from God, like the energy that's created from sexuality is like a God energy, which literally can have the power to manifest. It has the power to embody things. It has the power to heal things. So the masculine energy are going to be working really hard on that. They're going to be opening themselves up to sacred sexuality, sacred unions, um, and many of them are going to start speaking out about that connection with another. And many of them are going to be taking specific actions to honor that side of them, because they came here also as much as the divine feminine. We both came here to heal, all these outdated templates about this knowledge of the ego that we've been working in, the programs that we grew up with. So they're saying that as they heal this whole idea of the sacred sexuality, it's going to create more disharmony with their karmic partners. Is going to, and that again is going to really contribute to this whole idea of the shakeups of relationships and partnerships, because they and many of them are going to reach the point where they can't really perform this act or this side of their own intimacy with someone who um, doesn't really speak to their soul, or someone they don't actually love, because their love is really for their divine partner, their twin, and their divine feminine. And living a life where they are with a karmic has coming with its toll on them, because a lot of the masculine energy view this side of them as a sign of their own masculinity in itself, which, there's a huge difference between masculinity and an act or a performance. So they are going to be working harder on creating more healing towards the programming, the social programming of um, what the divine masculine should be doing with regards to their sexuality. This is something I've been definitely feeling also um, previous to that. So it's interesting that they're mentioning that now. That is going to be a main theme. Let me see what else they are going to be working on. Many of them are going to be honoring love. I know we've been coming with this theme of love, but let me see what they mean by that. Many of them are going to be taking specific action. These are physical actions that are going to be taken in their lives to get them closer and closer to their divine feminine. Like literally closing the gaps, they're saying. Like, you guys remember I was talking about that probably in the last video or the video before, that it's like two journeys and they have to cross at a certain point. So the divine masculine are feeling guided to take specific physical actions in their lives, because they're working on the physical side and the material side of life, which is really their finances, their home environments, their um, love, everything in relationships. So some of them, of course, each one according to their own guidance, they're going to be taking specific actions to like minimize the gap and really really make things getting closer to the divine feminine. They're saying they're also going to be honoring love in the way they speak. So I know I've been mentioning the throat chakra clearing from my last reading. So they are definitely going through throat chakra clearing, because they need to start speaking more about their truth. Their truth is also about how they feel about their divine feminine, and it's not just specifically talking to them or communicating verbally and physically to them, but it's also about how they communicate about their divine feminine, even to themselves. Like if they have having a thought about their divine feminine, they may not have been saying the truth even to themselves about how they truly feel about their divine feminine, but many of them are actually going to be speaking the truth. Some are going to be doing it in physical, they're actually going to communicate with their divine feminine, but some of them are at least speaking to themselves, like in their own intuition and their own quiet time. They're going to be talking, opening up about their truth to themselves, which will be an eye-opener for them, because that's a major shift for them. Because some of them have been really stubborn with their ego about how they feel, and they kept going back and forth. Sometimes they honor the intuition, sometimes they don't, but it's going to be more of a confirmation to themselves right now. Many of them are also healing ancestral lines, father issues, mother issues, um, family issues. Like, so I'm getting some really weird insects here. Okay, so what they're saying is family issues. They're going to be concentrating their work in the next couple of weeks about healing family issues. So some of them will be taking action, or like, making specific decisions about their families. But some of them are going to be healing that, like meditating on it and really getting more downloads about healing family issues. So they're saying that um, father issues. What? Okay, let me just because they're saying something about father issues separate is different than the mother issues. So let's see what's going on. So father issues is, it's not about their own fathers, it's really about their own fatherhood. Again, it doesn't mean that it's not necessary that they have children. Some of them have, some of them know that their divine partner has children. So and even if they don't, or their partner doesn't, it's something that they're healing from ancestral lines and also from past lives. So it's their connection of how they view themselves as fathers, and what does it mean, that it means for them in their minds about how they see themselves as good fathers or bad fathers, for example. This connection to children, this connection to the family unit, and them being on top of that unit as a leader to that family unit in a way. So they're going to be questioning and making specific knowledge and wisdom about why this whole idea about um, sticking, they're saying sticking to their karmic partners, because that in their minds would show them that they're good fathers by staying in stale marriages, unhappy marriages, or unhappy partnerships, because the way they think they're going to be bad fathers if they leave, or if they decide that they no longer want to be in that commitment or in that um, karmic situation for them. So many of them are going to be looking at their own fathers. It's not like they, it's literally just to see how they have came, it's to show them why they have these thoughts. So it's like a time of contemplation for them when it comes to issues of fatherhood. Like they're going to see how they've been raised, for example, or what they grew up with. It's like a big eye-opening um, wisdom and knowledge that is coming to them regarding why they came to where they are right now. Especially many of them are living in very unhappy karmic relationships, and they've been tied down to this due to their own unhealed issues with their own fathers, and their unhealed issues within themselves about their fatherhood, because many of them remember, or even if they don't know their past lives, they still carry that pain from past lives about whether they died or abandoned their children, or left, do something happened with their children because they chose love, and that, for example, that love, they chose the divine feminine, and then they had to leave their families behind. So there's a little bit multiple dramas going on with that, or other stories, of course, as they know. On the other hand, they're also healing their mother issues. This is a time where they're going to be healing that. There's going to be a lot going on with mother issues. Again, it's a divine masculine energy going through that, but also, as if you're a divine feminine, you're carrying that within you, so you're actually feeling triggers from, because the divine masculine is focusing on it, so you're going to be getting some triggers because of that, and it's going to help you heal that side of you as well. So they are initiating these specific healings right now, or at least they're putting action behind it. So their mother issues is also important, because many of the divine masculine, I know in a way it's, men feel that, as a gender, but also if you are a woman who carries the divine masculine energy, that you feel this obligation towards the mother. Against, it's um, it's about how they feel responsible for their mothers. Many of them feel responsible for the well-being of their mothers. And especially if the mother, for example, is didn't live a good life with her, the father, or has been abused by the father, or um, is not happy, or even if she had a good partnership with his father, or her the divine masculine's father, even if she had a good relationship, but maybe the father died and the mother is alone, for example. So now the divine masculine has to take care of his or her, or his mother. I'm gonna say his because it just makes it easier for me now to explain it. But I'm sure you get the point. So they're going to be revisiting this whole idea that they are separate, that they are going to find out that they have made choices. Like the divine masculine has to make his or her own choices of what they want to have in their experience, and their mother's experience is different than theirs, and they're not responsible for other, you know, people's issues literally, really, with this. That if they choose their own lives doesn't mean that they are not loving to their parents or loving to their mother or their father. So there's going to be, that's very intense actually for the divine masculine to be going through this in the next couple of weeks. And definitely the time of the new moon from the 12th to the 15th, just watch out. There's going to be a lot going on. So there again, there might be some anger issues. I feel massive things or bigger things happening on a world scale with this. It feels, you know, up to me as this an upheaval, really an upheaval somehow. Um, Let me just ask a quick question about anything relating to love. They were just said, like, many of them are going to be in need to contact their divine feminine somehow, even if they're not taking the verbal or the physical action. They are going to be communicating telepathically. So watch your dreams and watch the signs, and really trust your intuition when it comes from the divine masculine, even if it's coming in 5D. It doesn't mean that they don't want to talk to you. It just means that um, they're busy. They're really working on themselves at the moment, and they're gonna. Some of them are just gonna really take a step back. This is gonna be intense energy on them, so they're gonna be needing time alone. They're going to be needing compassion, love, and literally just leave them alone to work their things out, and just give them a lot of trust, because they are working things out. I don't know why they're showing me the very soon card. I know that came last month. So they're saying with this, like, they're very soon you are going to be seeing more physical changes in them, not just in spirit, in their spiritual changes as you feel them, but you're going to see some physical changes. Again, you have to be open with the things, how things are manifesting for you in your own divine union. Let me just tap into the divine feminine energies, because it's going to be important also, because we literally, each one of us has to pay attention to what they have to be working on. The first thing that they said, which is kind of interesting about the divine feminine, again, non-gender specific, but they're saying that divine feminines are going to be healing part of their connection to their mission and their life purpose. Which is interesting, because they're saying some of the divine feminine have been in fear mode, or in a little bit worried about how their missions are going either to expand, or their missions are going to really unfold in their lives. Or some of them have to heal how they feel about their missions, and how they can be open up. I don't know if that's the English. If they're going to be open enough, that's what they wanted me to say, open enough to expressing their missions in an open manner. And hence, that's why the divine feminine is clearing their throat chakras as well. It's for them to really be in their own truth about how they feel specifically about their missions. Some divine feminine has been healing, of course, communication issues. I know my friend Marla Kelly has been talking about communication issues, and definitely this is a theme going on right now. Let me see what else is coming for the divine feminine. Divine feminine is also going to be healing issues relating to intuition, and issues relating to how they see their power in their intuition. So they're showing me something else. They're showing me truth. Like, there's a truth card that I have, which is relating to the third eye. So they're showing me that now. So they're going to be seeing truth, like the third eye, our intuitive eye, that we see things for what the truth is, no matter what the 3D or what the illusion of what we're seeing, what we're perceiving in the ego life. So the divine feminine is going to be tapping into that area of truth. If you guys remember in the Sagittarius full moon in May, that came with the idea of truth, because we are going to see truth, and truth has been uncovered for many of us, but it's going to be relating to something in their intuition and truth. They're saying that that third eye is going to be the divine feminine's eye of truth, meaning that the divine feminine energies are fully merging in their 5D connection with their intuition. Like, they're going to be healing issues in the ego, so they no longer um, can deviate from that truth, which is what we see from the third eye, what we see from our intuition. That's very exciting for the divine feminine, that more truth is coming towards them. Um, Let me see what else is coming with this. Um, they're saying again, I know I mentioned that probably in the previous video, but again, we're going on with the theme. The divine feminine is healing major issues relating to children. Again, this is also the divine feminine energy within the masculine, so that will be triggering things in them. As you, if the divine feminine is going to be focused on a specific issue, then it's going to be triggering also things in the divine masculine, and that includes the issues of children. But they're saying cycles relating to karmic cycles relating to children, because our children are also coming with their own past lives. They're coming with their own knowledge, and some of them are here to heal specific karmic and ancestral cycles and issues with their own past. That's very interesting. um, what else are they coming with? Some of the issues are self-esteem issues also. The divine feminine is going to go through. They're saying, I don't know why they're saying body shaming. They're saying healing the ego way of seeing self-love, the way we view what self-love means. Because the ego way tells you that self-love is just to love the way your body looks. But self-love is much, much deeper than that. It's not really about how your body looks. It's part of your connection with your body, of course, but it's more about how you nurture your body and how you see yourself as a divine being, as this is a divine vessel, and you take care of that body from many, many ways. I mean, they're saying also sexual, they're saying health-wise, exercise, meditation, everything about taking care of that vessel, because that's your home. So some divine feminine are going to be healing issues relating to, for example, aging, the whole idea of biological aging. I think this is kind of interesting now, because divine feminine are going to be healing or maybe working a lot more on the idea of age gaps between twin flames and divine union partners, because many of the twins also come with age gaps, whether it's the divine feminine who's older or much younger. These age gaps that are biological age gaps are something that needs to be healed. So the divine feminine is going to be focusing on this idea relating to the biological body from different areas, really. I think that's exciting for us. We don't have to follow the models now. We can be our own models. Um, so that's important for the divine feminine to work on that. And as the divine feminine actually works on it, there will be a trigger in your divine masculine about it. But overall, you guys are going to be working in harmony, because that whole idea about aging, about biological age, and the templating of what um, divine partnership should be, or love connection should be, whether you're with a soulmate, divine partner, or anyone, based, if that is based on the idea of the ego side of the age, then this has to be healed now. We're working on it now, because there will be a surge coming, and the energy coming is going to really ground this energy. So we're going to be working a little bit faster here. I feel this sense of urgency in the next couple of weeks. As much as there is a sense of urgency, but we're also in need of so much alone time. We're exhausted. We're literally exhausted because we're downloading so much information about this. Because really, when I'm mentioning these things and when I'm downloading these for you and channeling this for you, it means that you are getting the downloads for it also from spirit. um Let me see if there's something else that they need me to talk about when it comes to romance, for example, for the divine feminine. They're showing me the idea of expressing your love, being expressive in love, feeling that. Okay, so what they're explaining is this idea that love connects to heartbreak. Because many of the divine feminine, for example, they feel that once their heart is broken, or this idea that someone gave you pain in your heart because you love them and you opened up your love to them, this is something that the divine feminine is healing and needs to be healing this side of them now. Because love is not, if you find yourself that you love someone and you have unconditional love towards someone, it is not to shame you or is not to make you feel bad if that person does not reciprocate. Love is an amazing feeling towards another, and if that love is not unconditional, if when you give conditional love to someone, you expect them to behave in a specific way. Like, if you give love to someone and that person, for example, doesn't reciprocate or tells you that he doesn't love you back or she doesn't love you back, then sometimes the divine feminine takes this so personally, in the sense that there's something wrong with me, and they're not loving me back. That again is conditioned love, because you give love based on your expectation that that person is going to reciprocate or needs to reciprocate the same feeling. But when we go into unconditional love, we cannot really limit ourselves with this idea that it has to be reciprocated. It doesn't have to be, but again, you give love to someone because that's how you feel. Can't deny how you feel. But if you feel that love that you're giving is limiting to you, then you're stuck in the energy of conditioned love. I hope you guys are understanding this. The way I'm trying to explain it and the way it's coming, it's going to be really changing. The divine feminine has to really start re-look at things in a different way. It's the way that we perceive things. Like, literally, they want you to understand that love should be an energy that empowers you and not an energy that makes you feel limited. This is something that opens you up to much more of who you are. um I feel I need to pull a card or two. I think that divine goddesses. So I think I'm gonna try to get a card from the goddess deck that I have. So I'm not gonna really show you all the cards because it's really windy. But I feel I'm supposed to see something here. So if you don't mind, okay. So, oh wow, okay. So okay, so the card here that came for the divine feminine is goddess Hathor. This is ancient Egyptian goddess of love and nurturing and receptivity. This again is I think it's an amazing card for our divine feminine. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. Because Hathor really shows us here um, that we it's for the divine feminine that they need to be in that energy of receiving, because many of them are really blocking receiving rewards from the universe, because they're really pushing so hard to try to get that reward themselves. Like, really, it's like a tug of war. You want that reward and you want it now and you want it now. But the receptivity of the universe and Goddess Hathor here is really reassuring the divine feminine that as you really connect more and more with your divine feminine energy, then you understand that you are worthy of receiving so much that you deserve, but you have to allow the universe to deliver it to you at the right time with the right perfect alignment in your own vibration with it. Again, it is a vibration that you have to be in to understand how to receive and how to really sit back and allow the universe to deliver. Beautiful card for our divine feminine energies. I need to get another card because I feel there's something also about our divine masculine. I do these since I'm outdoors, so I have to go flowing with what the energy is. I can't really be limited since I'm outdoors, but they want to say something for our divine masculine, which is also within us. Take some time to really shuffle. So, hold on. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna find the card. Okay, so I feel this is the card that I need to talk about. Is trust. Is Vishnu. Um, this is an energy that the divine masculine are going to be in need of really going through. This is a major healing for them. And this is the guidance really from the guys. They're really working with them, because when I'm pulling these cards, it's about also what the guides are also supporting the divine masculine with. So they're helping them have more trust in their own intuition, trust in their abilities, and trust in divine timing as well. There's another card that I think I should just... Okay, so this again fell. It is Follow Your Heart, St. Francis. Again, it's just perfect with this one. Many of them are really going to be following their hearts this time. This is a major shift for them. So they are going to take steps or thoughts in their minds to really trust their heart and follow it. So as they're working on trust issues with their own intuition, they are also working with them on helping them take the necessary steps to follow their hearts, wherever that's going to really lead them. And many of them are actually fully connected with their divine feminine, like on a more conscious level. I know I was talking about that last time, that the idea of knowing, having this intuition, this telepathy between the divine feminine and divine masculine. I'm feeling many of them are really trusting this bond and this connection now, and it's becoming so obvious to them that that bond actually is true, as much as they know it in their hearts and they've been feeling and seeing it. But sometimes, like, it's like, when you get these aha moment, so many of them are gonna get this aha moment about the bond. It's like you see things, and sometimes, yes, you feel it, but it's like that aha is like, yes, it's so confirmed for me right now. So they're going to feel more of that bond, that intuition, and the telepathy that goes on with their own divine feminine. It's like they're gonna start like playing with it now. They're gonna have fun with it. So many of them are going to be tapping into the divine feminine's energy, intentionally. So yeah, just watch it. For the divine feminine, this is my advice to you. Watch your thoughts. They're going to be tapping into them. Oh well, we're in our truth now, so anything is going to be open. It's out in the open with them. Let me see if there's another piece of advice or something that the guys really want to say in the last 2 weeks of July. I'm sorry, the first 2 weeks of July. I don't know why they want me to think of the Independence Day, because in the US we had the Independence Day July 4th yesterday. They're saying that many are actually going to be celebrating their independence. Independence means the freeing of their souls from, um, even if their physical lives are still trying to catch up. Again, we're connecting with our spirit side first, and then we bring it down to our physical. So many are going to be actually celebrating more freedom in their souls, because the energies that are coming are here to help us ascend, and ascension is a freedom of the soul. Um, they're saying stay tuned, because your intuition is really going to be heightened in these 2 weeks. You're actually going to um, see truth of many things. So they're really saying pay attention and don't get distracted by someone else's journey or someone else's um, thoughts, or just really stay in your own energy field. They're also saying that you're going to have to make sure that you create healthy boundaries with people, healthy boundaries with your own self, in the way that you know your own intuition, honoring these intense energies by taking time away for yourself, or really um, telling others when it's time for you to take a break from their energies, or it's like you need that time alone. So that's also to create healthy boundaries with people. Not that you have to be always away from others, but if you feel guided that it's time to be alone, then it's time for you to be alone. Or if someone is really trying to step uh, into your own domain, or someone is really trying to take away your power, they're saying you have to stay in power by creating those healthy boundaries and knowing the limitations of your body, in the sense that the body needs to be resting, the body at times needs to be working, at times needs to be exercising, eating healthy, all these different ways that you nurture yourself. And actually that's why they send the card Hathor, because she embodies that energy of knowing how to take care of yourself, but also being in that love energy, being able to receive love and also give love, all with healthy boundaries and all with the right balance for yourself. So they're saying pay attention. Again, they're saying the same thing: pay attention to your dreams, because you're going to be downloading a lot of information from your dreams, but also in your dream state you're going to be understanding um, so much about your own journey. They're saying again timelines are collapsing, and what that really means is um, you're going to be living the past, present, and future in this now moment. That is a timeline collapsing. That when we think of issues that we lived in the past, we're actually holding it in this now moment. I believe that also was Archangel Raziel. I channeled him a few months ago, and he was talking about the past, present, and future all happening in this now moment. This is what it means when you collapse timelines. They're also saying when it comes to dimensions, and many are thinking about the awakening and the earth entering the fifth dimension, they're saying that the fifth dimensional beings are already here. Many of us are embodying that, and many of us are working hard towards becoming fifth dimensional beings, living on earth in this time. This is the idea of the new earth that I know I've channeled about that, and what it means to be a fifth dimensional being. Because again, a dimension is not a one stop. It's not like I've reached the fifth dimension and tomorrow I'm going to be in the sixth. Each and every dimension is a level of a vibration and a frequency. So between 5 and 6, for example, between 3 and 4 or 4 and 5, there's so many multiple stops. Is literally every minute. Like if you're on a vibration, let me explain to you how they're saying it. So for example, if you're on a vibration of a 10 maybe represents, this is a fifth dimensional energy, for example. So tomorrow maybe your vibration is a 10.1 or a 10.2. Again, you're still in a fifth dimensional fifth dimensional energy, but again there's so many levels between dimension to dimension. So maybe if for example dimension 6 means that you're an energy of an 11, you're still between 10 and 11, for example, you are 10.1, 0.2, 3, and so on to reach that level of a 6, for example. So there's so many multiple dimensions in between real dimensions. There's more about what each dimension also means for our bodies, what it means also for our connection to the planet, to our, galactic friends, galactic souls that we are connecting with, and the energy of this universe. Also our connection to the sun energy. They're saying something about the partial solar eclipse that is coming. Um, it's going to be interesting because we're going to see two things with this. An energy of expansion, but yet at the same time, for the energy of expansion to come in, the moon has to illuminate some things that were hidden. Because again, the moon represents intuition, things that are happening behind the scenes, and it also can mean illusions and things we've been deceived with. So it's a new moon, it's coming with new beginnings and new energies of manifestation. But at the same time, that newness is in our perception of things, truth coming out about major players in the world, major players in our own lives. And at the same time, anything that is really that small is going to be highly expanded. So we're going to fully see things like, I feel like it's more of an energy of illumination. It's going to be interesting with this new moon. It's going to feel like a full moon energy because it's going to come with the light of the sun. The sun again is a masculine energy, and the moon is more of a divine feminine energy. So they're going to be working again in a nice harmony between them. So really stay tuned with what's coming. Stay blessed and stay in your own divine flow, and stay in your own knowledge, and trust your intuition, trust what you feel guided towards. I want to say, don't make major actions or major purchases or something like that unless it is coming from your intuition. Because if you're not in your full truth right now, or you're not seeing things from your intuition side, then you just, I feel that maybe there's a message for someone. They gotta just be careful about the kinds of actions they're really taking. If it's coming from your higher self or it's coming from your ego. Because if it's coming from your higher self, it's going to be expanded and really flowing much more. I think this is it for my reading for the first 2 weeks of July. It's going to be a good month for us. This is massive transformations, massive changes and actions for us, and we are getting ready for it because the Lionsgate is going to be immense for us this time. It's going to be a blessing. For some people it might be a blessing in disguise, but it's all good. It's all going to be towards our own freedom of the soul. This is our own ascension going forward. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and connect with me if you have any questions or any comments about my video. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website, soulspeak.com. Also, I would love to invite you to my Facebook group page, Soul Speak. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll try to be in all mass media and social media stuff, but I spend so much more time trying to contemplate life and gain my own wisdom with what I get from the guys, and help my clients as well. So have a blessed first couple weeks of July, and I'll see you soon.